I'm Sharon Ng'ang'a. I am a media personality and most importantly, girls and mental health advocate. And I'm here to talk about my mental health journey. So I'll try to get through this interview without crying. I normally don't talk about my mental health or particularly the journey that has gotten me here. But for you, today I'll try because we are with Bonga. Thank you for having me. And I think it's really, really important to share our stories about where we are mentally. Mental health to me is basically it encapsulates everything from how I'm feeling, how my mind is, and something that has greatly affected my life. I'm doing very good right now, but I think I have to take you to the start for you to understand the real journey and what it has really taken to get me here. So in 2017, I had what many would call a mental breakdown and eventually was diagnosed with mild clinical depression, situational. And I say situational because mine really stems from, my triggers are situational. I was going through a hard time and funny enough, I didn't know I was going through it. I didn't know I had depression until my mom pointed it out to me. And aside from mental health being about the state that I'm in, mentally, physically, emotionally, mental health to me is really about community and the support that I was given that helped me get through that period. So it was a 6-month period where it was very, very hard for me to basically function. I don't think most people understand what a lot of the mental disorders really are and how they are exhibited. For me, one of the many things that I remember from that period is I could hardly get out of my bed for 6 months. I never used to talk to anybody. I never used to want to eat. I was not interested in doing anything. And I think the scariest part is feeling trapped in your own body and in your own mind and trying to get out of it and not knowing how to. And it was just a really, really dark space, very dark 6 months that honestly I wouldn't wish on anybody. But shout out to Mamzi and my dad, who in an African setting, as if you don't know the statistics, we are very behind as a continent when it comes to tackling mental health issues. And in a way, I can't really blame our African predecessors and our parents for not understanding this very vital thing we need to talk about, because in their days they never used to talk about it. So for my parents to even get to a state where they were willing to understand where I was, what I was going through, was very important for me. So another key part of my mental health journey is that I preferred not to go through medication. I already felt like a slave to my body and my mind. So I sought out other ways of dealing with it, and there are very many forms of therapy that you can actually go through. You don't always have to reach out for the medication unless deemed by a professional. So I particularly chose talk therapy and art therapy. And talk therapy is your basic counseling, talking to a professional and trying to figure out what your triggers are, what has caused you to go through what you're going through if it's not biological. And art therapy was really my way as an artist to express what I was feeling through drawing, through writing poetry. And my parents actually were huge rock stars, helped me get through it, would do the art therapy with me and would constantly talk to me about what I was going through. And another fun thing about that period is my parents pushed me to start a foundation, and I started my mental matters initiative, where I'd have a couple of my friends and other kids from university and high school who just wanted to come in and have fun activities through art, express themselves through poetry, graffiti, you name it. We had all classes, all types of classes, and we'd just create an open space where people could talk about what they were going through, because this is a thing. I wish people could honestly talk about what they're going through. You think a trigger is this huge thing like death or failing your exam, but it's really small triggers that lead up to this huge moment in your life where you feel like you can't go on anymore. So why talk therapy and art therapy was so important to me is because it helped me really delve back to where it all started. Because I was having this huge moment in 2017, only to find out that I had been going through depression in high school, in primary school, from a very young age. I had a lot of childhood trauma. And shout out to all the medical practitioners who helped me get through it, who helped me learn not just about my condition, but other conditions as well out there. It helped me understand what some of my friends were going through, what some of my friends' parents were going through, right? And most of all, it helped my family learn how to take care of each other. I'm telling you, if you see how my siblings are raised now, it's totally different from how I was raised. And I'm really, really proud, not just of myself, but also for my parents for taking that step to understand their African child and the needs that I needed at that particular moment. So let's learn to bonga. Let's learn to really express ourselves, talk about where we are at, what we are going through. It's totally okay not to be okay, and it's totally okay to reach out for help, whether it's through your circle, through your friends, or the medical facilities that we have and services that we have. But most importantly is that talking about it is such a huge step to finding out what's causing it and how you can actually tackle it.